Well, there you are now. How are you? Yeah, a lot of interest in the last video, which is nice, and some new faces, which is always nice. So thank you to all my loyal viewers and the people who just popped in to look at this Mick Karn one. Let's get on to part two. I hope part one was useful to you. Again, there's no one who's showing you how to do this stuff out there, which is why I ended up doing it. Because I remember looking and thinking, oh, there's any got this stuff up, and figuring out now I'd have to do it myself, and I may as well video the experience. So we've done actually the hard part. So this from here in is a little bit easier in terms of technique, but it's a bit of a scramble in the head with regard to some of the stuff he's doing note-wise, right? So let's do this bit. This bit. Okay, so depending on which version you listen to, there's it's kind of debatable what's going on. But anyway, look, the rough idea of it is you start. Remember, we're tuned down, right? So it's and then the second time he doesn't move. Right, so what that is slowly is we're going to go first fret, which now is a D sharp, right, E flat, up to the third fret, which would be an F. So it's, and you're going to slide up to the 10th fret here. Now there's another part later on that is very heavily based on this, but the slide is different. So we're going to go first time it's slide up to the 10th fret, which is a C now, and back down, and then we're going to go third fret on the A string, which is a C, to the third fret on the E string, and then the second time he's not going from the first fret, it's just the third fret. That's that bit. Now, as I said to you, depending on which version you hear, sometimes you can hear it. If that's what you hear, play that. But I can hear that, particularly in the isolated track. So now I'm aware I didn't play it like that. I don't know if I played it like that on the playthrough, but that's the bit we're talking about. So from the top. Just to remember to use your ears and listen to what's on the thing, because in the second set of those things he doesn't do it's just straight, and he doesn't do the C either. So just listen to see which one it is, and that brings me to this next bit, right? So this is when I was doing the play along. Have a listen to this bit here. So there's two versions of this, right? And I'll show you both versions in one, because there's really only two notes difference between the two of them, okay? So we're going to start on this. It's like a kind of slide up to the third fret on the D string, third fret on the A string. Now, remember we're tuned down, so we're going 5th fret, slide up to the 6th fret and back down. So this is the figure we're after. Okay, so that's 3rd fret on the D, 3rd fret on the A, 5th, it's like a little slide up from the 5th fret to the 6th fret, back down to the 5th, and then the 3rd. So it's this. So slowly, and back up to the 5th, okay? And here's where it gets interesting. So now, I often get people coming on to offer me oh, you done that wrong. Okay. But what I would say to you, if don't mean that to sound passive aggressive, actually. Okay. No, fine. And a lot of the time I am. People correct me, and that's cool. But this one I'm pretty sure of, because I listened so intently to it with the bass track isolated, and then other pieces coming. I actually couldn't believe what I was hearing. I was so mad. But this is what he's doing, right? So he's going. He slides up to the 10th fret because he's Mick Karn, right? And then the 8th fret on the A string, completely mad thing too. So up to the 10th on the E. And here's where it gets mad. He goes to the 6th fret on the D, and then the open G, because he's Mick Karn, right? So what that is now I know it's an open G. You can hear it. If you listen to it, you can actually hear the open string. Now, an open string sounds different to a fret string, or even on a fretless bass. Watch. It's different. So you can hear it's an open string. And again, this is his unusual approach to musicality and to this instrument, because I'd be thinking, oh, I can play that there, I'll just go there. He uses the open string, the open string to leapfrog to somewhere else. Okay, so we have this bit up to the 10th fret, right? 8th fret on the A, 6th fret on the D, open G, 6th fret on the A, 8th fret on the A, and again to the 6th fret on the D, and open G. Okay, so what that is. Okay. Next bit is the last part. We're nearly there, right? He's going to go, that is the 6th fret, 8th fret on the D string, and the 8th fret on the D, to the 6th fret on the D. And there's 2. He's kind of doing that. So it's, and then he's back in. He's back into that. Okay, so from the top, that whole section is 3rd fret on the D, 3rd fret on the A, 5th to the 6th to the 5th on the E string, 3rd fret on the E string, back up to the 5th on the E string, and then he's going to slide up. So to the 10th fret, 8th fret on the A string, 6th fret on the D string, open G. 6th fret on the A to the 8th fret on the A, 6th fret on the D, open G, and then this 6th fret, 2 notes there. Sorry, 8th, is that the 8th? 8th on the D, 6th fret on the A, 8th fret on the A, to the 6th fret on the D. From the top. Okay, now I'll show you the one variation, which is the next time that section comes around. A picture of you, okay, just before that. Right, so the variation is that instead of going at the end of that phrase, instead of doing, he goes, so it's the same up to there, and then the 10th fret on the D string to the open G, and back to this. So I'll play the 2 phrases to see, can you hear the difference, right? So it's, sorry, do it right this time. Right, that's the first time. Second time it's, get back into the rest. Yeah, clever man. Now, when I heard that first, that was the only bit I could hear, and I thought that they were both like that until I was playing along to it, and I actually, hang on, that's not right. And I kind of had to start again until I figured out he was playing it differently both times. Because of course he was. He's Mick Karn. Let's do this next bit, which will be our last bit, really, but it predates that bit that we just seen in the song. So I'll explain. All right, so it is a close relation of what we've already done, right? Except the slide is different, and he's playing a slightly different rhythm, but it's related. So what he's playing is, I'll play it first. Is and again. So it's higher. So what he's going first fret to the third fret, and again, remember we're chin down, so it's and slides up to the 12th fret, and then the next phrase is. Now, for those of you maybe coming along, right, there's a hammer. So let's do the whole section. That was for the people who say to me, "Oh, you're doing things too slow." But, you know, we got to go at the speed of everybody. So that's for you guys, right? For people who want that broken down further, we're going to go hammer on. So what that is, just slam your finger onto the board. It'll make the noise for you, right? So I don't need to do the hand. Watch. Right? So it's you pluck one, hammer one, pluck one. And he does that twice, 2 times around, and then you're into this again. That's it, lads. You're done. And for me, that's been the hardest Mick Karn assignment ever so far, because it's just so inaudible. But I have to say, thank you to the numerous people who asked me to do it, and thank you for the response. That I think that's the most views I've ever gotten on a Karn video so quickly. Like you leave them up years, you get views, obviously, but it's obviously of interest to people. So I appreciate you asking. And never be afraid to ask me something. The email is in the bio. Work away, All I can say is no, all right? So anyway, till next time, keep Karn and fret less, as they say. Thanks again. Talk to you soon. There's some stuff coming. I got some bass reviews. I got some basses coming. I got some acoustic guitars coming. And the big clear out. So some people got some of my guitars that were knocking around. And look, we'll see you on the next one. All right. Cheers, man. Take care.